Hi, I'm Brittany, and I'm gonna tell you my story. So, I think it all started back in, 7th grade. I got cyberbullied a lot. Like, in 7th grade, I used to have a lot of friends. Like, not a lot, but not everyone hated me. I was an outgoing person. I wasn't afraid to be myself. And I didn't really care what people thought of me until I started to get cyberbullied. People would always tell me I'm annoying. So then, around 8th grade, I just kind of shifted myself away from everyone and everything, and that's how my anxiety started. I was scared to be myself, and I still am, because I'm afraid that people will judge me for who I am, because they did before and it was annoying, so I don't want that to happen again. So, skipping over all that, yeah, I dealt with anxiety through 8th and 9th grade. Then we get to 10th grade. Probably the worst year of my entire life. Which is this year. And in October, I was diagnosed with depression. It wasn't as bad in the beginning. Like, I was still talking to people. I wasn't thinking bad thoughts. I wasn't wanting to die or anything. And then December, I made my first suicide attempt on December 26, 2012. And I was done. I was so done. I didn't want to be here anymore. I just wasn't happy with life, and it really sucked because I thought everyone hated me. And then after that was during Christmas vacation. So after Christmas vacation, I just flat out refused to go back to school, because before any of the suicidal stuff happened, I got bullied at school again. People would call me emo in the hallways. They would say that I'm ugly and I'm a slut and that I have AIDS, and I didn't have many friends, and I still don't, but I didn't have many friends, and I sat at lunch alone most of the time. And I would get laughed at and pointed at from all the way across the room, and when people walked by, they would say things about me right beside me, and I was just like, I don't know. It got so bad that I had an anxiety attack during school, and they almost had to call an ambulance because I was flipping out. I could hardly breathe. I had to leave school early almost every day because I was scared to go to lunch. I was scared that I would get made fun of again. And yeah. So January came. January was probably where everything just flat out fell apart. The very first day of this year, I cut myself for the first time. And that was probably the worst thing I ever did, because I didn't want to stop. I didn't. And then a week later, my mom saw my cuts. She saw them, questioned me, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I said they were pen marks, which didn't make sense because they were red. They were scratches and stuff. Like, I didn't know what to say because she caught me, and immediately soon after that, I was sent to a mental facility. I was put in a partial program to help deal with my cutting and my depression and anxiety, but I only lasted one day. I had to move down to my dad's, so but yeah, like, I only lasted 1 day because it was too much. Like, I thought it would be kind of better for me to be around people that I could relate to, but honestly, it did the total opposite. I was freaking out. Like, the very first day, someone had to, like, leave the building because they wanted to kill themselves. And I was freaking out because I didn't want to deal with it. But that day was kind of special to me because one of the inpatients there made me a bracelet, and I still have it, and I don't know, it just really makes me happy. But all the days after that, I refused to go there because I didn't feel like I belonged there. I didn't feel like I was fit for that place. That place wasn't for me. So I left there and I went back home, and before February vacation, I tried to go to school again. And then everything just died again. Like, we changed things so that I would have to leave school to go to lunch. Like, I would leave school for lunch. I'd have partial senior privileges just to help me. And it did help for a while until my anxiety came back because everybody there is just so mean, and I can't stand it. I couldn't stand it. So I got pulled out of school again for the last time. It is May now, and I haven't been in school for about 4 months. 4 months, 3 months, 3 months. I don't know. But yeah. So in March, my mom found out that I attempted suicide in February. That I took a lot of pills and then I was cutting again. And I got caught again, and I was freaking out because she wanted to take me to the emergency room and get me admitted to the mental hospital, and I was just freaking out. The next time I started going back, okay, I'm all over the place, but going back to February, I started counseling after I left the program. So after my mom caught me again, she called my counselor, and they arranged a suicide risk assessment, which meant they asked me a ton of questions and decided whether or not I needed to stay in the hospital or not. And I'm gonna be honest, I lied in the entire thing because I was scared of getting help, I guess. I was scared that I would have to stay there. I was just freaking out. After the suicide risk assessment, I freaked out. I was so nervous, and my parents were in there too, so I was even more nervous because, you know, honestly, I do want to ask for help, but I'm too afraid because every time I get the chance to, my mother's there or someone, and I can't handle that. And February 20th, I'm all over the place. February 20th, I stopped cutting. February 20th, I stopped cutting. And I lasted a month and a half. And then I ruined it. I messed up. I never got caught. Thank God. Every day I have to deal with worrying about my friends and them killing themselves because I don't know, I lost my social life. Like, I don't even hang out with my friends in real life anymore because they don't really even care anymore. Like, I feel like I have no support anymore. I get called selfish for talking about suicide or anything like that, and I'm just like, wow, you're a good friend, right? But my friends on Twitter, they understand me, and know me more than anyone else. But because of that, I'm a paranoid freak. Like, every single night, I do not go to sleep until like 3 a.m. I wait until all my friends go to sleep just to make sure they're safe. Because I've gone to sleep before on someone and it wasn't good. Like, what if something ever happened to them and I wasn't there to help, and what if they needed me? Like, you know, it's that type of stuff that scares me. And if I'm having issues or something, and then one of my friends is too, they come first to me. I don't know. Sometimes it's a bad thing because I don't take care of myself, and I don't know. I just can't stand losing people, because one of my friends that I knew around the area killed herself in January, and I don't want to deal with any more of that, especially my best friends. The last time that I cut was May 11th, and it is May 27th, and I'm gonna keep going this time. And to anyone out there that does cut, you can do it. Because, yeah, I know it is hard. It's hard for me, but you can do it. But as far as things go now, I'm starting a new school tomorrow, actually. I'm kind of excited. It's a private school, and I've found my reasons for living. Things have been hell so far this year, but I've managed to get through it, and I've found my reasons for living. Yeah, I still get those moments when I just don't want to be here anymore, but then I remember what I have in life, and even if you don't have much in life, everything is going to be okay, and it'll get better. And you have to get help, okay? Like, I know you may not want, laptop, can you not? I know you may not want help, but it will really make a difference, because where I live, I have an abusive stepdad. He verbally abusive. He's terrible. We're trying to get out of there, and I've been staying at my grandma's for like the past month and a half because of him. Like, I feel like I have no life anymore, but we're getting help, and it's really gonna make a difference if you do get help, because if I can get through it, if others can get through it, you can too, because things will get better. And I have the most amazing people in my life to help me, and yeah, I still deal with depression and anxiety like a lot, but everything's gonna be okay. So yeah.